Hello guys, Bob Juan here, and we're gonna go for the US Grand Prix. Now, I don't know why and how, but somehow I don't have footage of the qualifying. As always, I can't talk for some apparent reason, but I can't. I don't have the qualifying. I don't know why, but sorry guys, it will be there for the Mexican Grand Prix, which is the Grand Prix after the US. So as I said this announcement, we don't have qualifying. We're going straight to the race. Let's go to the race.
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself, 14 miles southeast of the city centre, has been home to the US Grand Prix since 2012, the latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, where 20 corners and speeds of up to 200 miles per hour await us on this magnificent racetrack. It's 60% full throttle with plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and the long back straight into turn 12. What a race we have in store today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Perez, the owner driver, and Leclerc, Gasly, Norris, Vettel, and Daniel Ricciardo, Bottas, Magnussen, Max Verstappen, and Ocon, Fernando Alonso. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Stroll, Mick Schumacher, and Nicholas Latifi, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri, Albon, they've taken a grid penalty, and Guan Yu Zhou. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And joining me again for the race today, Natalie Pinkham. Let's have a chat about McLaren. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within the team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Okay, I didn't qualify P5. I qualified around P12, P13, so about there, and now we are P5. I just can't believe this. I don't know how I got up onto P5. I don't know how many people had penalties. There were just so many. Sorry about that, a bit weird sound, but I didn't go near Q3. But after realizing that what has happened, I finally opened the strategy, and first of all, I would use the fuel, because if you have more fuel, you have more weight, and more weight equals slower. If you know physics, you will understand why. Now, I'm trying to see if I can make a dual stop, because here the tire wear is a bit bad. It is a bit bad, that's what I'm going to say. But we need, well, but it doesn't quite work. We will need to make that one stop, but it will be nice to maybe have a dual stop in the game, because in 50% races, every race we've done is always a one stop. Except the one race, I think, but I don't remember. Now, we're ready and we're starting the formation lap. We're now going to the end of the formation lap, just before the last turn. I haven't quite warmed up her tires, but hopefully we can make something good of it. Yeah, it's cool that we're P5 and we don't have to wait 10 years, but I think one car was waiting for us there, the Merc. Is that a Merc? In the front. Are those two Mercs? Or am I crazy? And if yes, where's Verstappen? I don't know if this is a front row lockout by Merc. I don't know what to say, but now we are going to 5 red lights and we are underway for the US Grand Prix. And yes, it was a front row lockout for Merc, but we now go on to turn 1. We go quite on the outside. Some people contacted Hamilton and Leclerc had a contact, and we are now on to P6. We lost 1 position, but it's all good because we overtook somehow Perez. He'll overtake us again. We don't mind Perez overtaking us. He's in Red Bull. We are in the worst car. I don't know how I got here in the first place, but some people have go really slow as they have wing damage. I think Hamilton has wing damage. Only Hamilton. I don't think Leclerc has. But if someone else has wing damage, it will be Leclerc. But we now go onto the back straight, hoping we can get further away from Norris, because he is quite close and we don't need Norris to overtake us. We want some valid points, so we just go in and nothing happens. Nothing else happens for the rest of the laps because Norris is in a McLaren. DRS is activated in lap 3, but I don't remember right because this is on lap number 2 and this is last. But now Norris is going for the inside, but he won't be able to because he got the outside for the next corner. And I believe that if you have the inside for the last corner, you are the one coming out ahead. And now he is on the inside once again. He will go for a move. He doesn't have DRS though, so it is just pure power and drag, like a efficient car. We use some ERS, quite some ERS. We stay in front. We go quite wide, but we are still there. Still there we are, and we are in the inside for the next 2 corners. But he'll have the inside line for the last one, and that means that he will be ahead. Now we have another one that's going to the inside, but we weren't there. Now lap number 4, I let Magnussen by because he will have the DRS and he'll overtake us, but this may be bad because we're just too far behind. So we are so far behind we may not even be able to make a move. I'm deploying all of the ERS there is in the car. I let it by for a bit because we don't want to waste every single thing of it, but we made a stupid move here, a quite stupid move, and we lost a position because I didn't know what to do. Now I am feeling so much tire wear. I want to box. I feel so much tire wear. I can't do anything. We got an illegal overtake somehow, but we gave it back and regained it once again. And he'll go on the inside, but he's just too far back to make the move stick. We have a bit of oversteer. I kind of have forgotten to make weights, but I'll get onto it once again. But now I go onto the pits with my kind of creative racing line onto the pits because the game doesn't have any rules for entering the pits. It has for exiting, but not for entering. Some leagues have rules for it, some don't. But now we're going to make a pit stop. What do our boys do? And as the strategy suggested and confirmed by us, we're going on to the hard tires, but well, when we come out, We come out in 17th place, just behind Sainz, although he will overtake us in a bit because we have cold tires, and I think you know the rest of it. Now, lap number 14, Stroll is ahead of, well, he's behind us. Alonso was ahead of us, and we overtake him because he was with the cold tires ahead of us. Now Ricardo, so Ricardo has stayed where he was. Gasly, I think he was ahead of us. I don't remember correct, but he could have been ahead of us. No clue at all. We go now on to lap number 17. Vettel is behind us and he flies past us. He literally just flew past us like we were stopped car. And for the rest of the race, for the rest 12 laps, literally nothing happened. Nothing. But Stroll, he's within striking range on the last corner, but he couldn't quite make it. He was quite close. He quite close to the gap in the last two laps because I felt some tire wear, and I'm really bad when I have tire wear. But this was the US Grand Prix.
A truly magnificent drive and a great performance from the entire team, securing victory here in Austin. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their head when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that has allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and stay out of trouble.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take the top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
Okay, so this was the US Grand Prix, the second Grand Prix in the US, as we had the Miami Grand Prix in the start of the season for the 5th race, I think. But we managed and got some points. Some points are always good, especially for us who are quite low in the championship. No, we didn't get points, we were 12th, but it is still a very good position. We were 12, we started 5th, we got quite down. Still our best performance was in Belgium, so this comes nothing close to it, as we started where we finished in Belgium. We stayed put in 7th in the constructors, and that was it from the Grand Prix. But the video I have to end it here. If you enjoyed the video or the content or something like that, please like and subscribe. You really don't know how much it helps me. I'm going to see you at the Mexican Grand Prix. Bye bye.